Welcome back to Tales of Symphonia, where it's been a long time. I don't remember what we're doing.
Actually, I do remember what we're doing. I was doing really badly on block puzzles, so it's a good thing that I was going to say James is actually here with us this time, which has been about, I want to say it's been about 16 episodes since he's last been here, but I started doing better on the block puzzles about like 2 or 3 minutes in, so we stopped wasting time, and the reason we're doing block puzzles is because Colette has been kidnapped by a dragon.
That's such a long time ago. I'm trying to remember back to when it happened.
It was because Persea was still under the effects of the X-Sphere, so she betrayed us. And then we went, Persea, you can't do that, and we made it so her X-Sphere, so she could think for herself instead of being controlled. So that's about the majority of it. Oh, also I think we got Volt in that time as well.
Oh yeah.
Which this footage is from like January. I still haven't finished the game at this point because I'm actually doing some heavy editing on one of the later episodes because I'm trying to be clever about it, but also because
you're close to the end anyway.
I am pretty close. The other part is I had my computer die for a week because of hard drive malfunction, as well as other things, so that didn't help. On the bright side, I was smart enough to save all the episodes to the whatchamacallit, so external hard drive.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, it looks like it doesn't look like. I think I know what I'm doing. I think. Riveting gameplay, everyone. So I think I'm trying to get that. Wait, why am I trying to get that over there when I've already gotten that? Okay. Well, we'll make progress eventually here. So. We were talking about... I think we've pretty much talked about everything for E3. ARMS came out. Is anybody excited for ARMS on the Nintendo Switch?
I got almost nothing Nintendo-wise, so I can never get hyped for anything Nintendo puts out.
Oh, really? That's because Nintendo's my main... Out of the consoles, my main one that is the only one I pay attention to, because... I guess I'll just
yeah,
wait...
they're consistent.
Yeah, they're consistent, and anything else, it's like, if I care enough about it when it's coming to PC, I'll get it on a summer sale, unless it's something I really want. So, or Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle's the other exception.
Yeah, only times I've bought anything full retail price on PC, it was Dishonored 2 and Fallout 4, both of which I regretted doing.
Let's see. I guess you could consider Ukulele full price since I kickstarted that, and...
How much was it full price?
It was $30, I think, and I did the $100 tier.
Too bad, though.
But I did the $100 tier, that's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did you get for 100?
I got the physical version and a t-shirt. Go me.
You basically spent $70 for a t-shirt.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it was $40 for Ukulele. I got the soundtrack too, so I don't know if that counts.
Oh, yeah, I guess that balances out.
The soundtrack was $10, and then the digital art book alone is $4. So, I mean, I guess the digital art book would be like, or the actual art book would be like $10, which I got. So, I don't know. I was gonna say that's not the most I've spent on a Kickstarter though. I really got excited for Bloodstained. I'm gonna go see what's in the tier that I backed. That way we can let's judge if this one is at least more fair. Give me a second. I think it was, and then we'll get back to Tales of Symphonia once the plot's going on. It's just we got to get through the nut plot. Okay, so let's see. It's a signed collector's box. I'm just gonna. Do you guys just like have a breakdown of what's in it, or not really? Not really. That's cute. That's pretty cute. All right. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Oh, wait, there it is. Let's see, the signed collector's box. The collector's box with the slipcase autographed by Koji Igarashi, which is the guy that made the Castlevania series, and the CD soundtrack signed by the person that's doing the soundtrack. It also comes with, it looks like an illustrated poster, a t-shirt, let me see, hold on a second, as well as a hardcover art book, a digital copy of the game, and then, let me see, also looks like it comes with something called the Alchemist Treasure, which I have no clue. Oh, that's what it is. It's a special Kickstarter edition copy, physical copy for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PS Vita, or Wii U, or Steam. Or, the Wii U got cut, so I got it for the Switch. And then, let me see, a retro strategy booklet. Oh, my name is in the credits, so I forgot about that. Then a physical copy, and it looks like a few other things, but I'd say that one's a little bit better. What happened to the music? Did it die? Okay, bye-bye music. Well, wait, hold on. I turned the music back on. I'm still getting used to this browser, because it's called Brave, so you can mute individual tabs, and that's something I accidentally did.
Yeah.
Wait, did Presea just shock herself? Yeah, Presea did just shock herself, and now she's gonna go ahead and do it to Lloyd as well. Oh. But yeah, I would say the Bloodstained Kickstarter sounds like it was a better deal than Ukulele's.
Yeah, I guess Ukulele was somewhat of a mess, I suppose. I don't think it was catastrophically terrible. I mean, people have a habit of turning everything that disappoints them into a catastrophic mess of lies and deceit.
Right. I was going to say, Ukulele didn't turn out great, but it wasn't Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't like, I don't know, people overinflate things to be either it's the greatest thing in the world or we were lied to and it's the worst thing in human existence.
Right, and that's why I'm actually going to give, that's why I brought up Mighty Number 9. I mean, it's not 100% a Mega Man game, but it was pretty much said, yeah, this is going to be essentially a Mega Man game, and it's kinda is, but it's like Mega Man 1 is considered typically one of the worst Mega Mans, and not like it's bad. It was the first one, so they still had to get their bearing on it. This is worse than Mega Man 1. So, you know. To be fair, there is technically one Mega Man game that's considered worse, and that's Mega Man Base. But that's only because we got the GBA port. So we got so instead of, you know, it came out originally on the Super Famicom, never came out in America, but as I said, we got it on the GBA eventually, and then the screen crunch made it a lot harder. So, yeah, I think you can guess this code eventually if you want, but I just decided to go find it out, so I didn't have to guess.
Oh, is it not like Skyrim where, because in Skyrim everybody knows the password for the door to the Dark Brotherhood, but it specifically your character can't say it until or your character doesn't know it until you do the quest line, so you can't cheat and just say.
Not as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. There's also a couple, like that guy's purple, so he'll have one of the parts of the code.
Basically, it's in pieces?
Yeah, it's in 3 pieces. But yeah, you're right. For Skyrim, everybody and their mother knew that code, didn't they?
Yeah, Silence, my brother, and then the other one was, I forget what it was. Whatever the other one is for the Dawnstar Sanctuary.
Yeah.
I like being the divine chaotic crusader now because I just slaughter them like animals because they're nothing more than nihilistic murder cultists that worship death.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Yeah.
I mean, it probably goes into more philosophy as to what Sithis is and the Void and all that, but they're just a bunch of edgy nihilists who kill people and then say, oh, we love death. But they certainly don't love death, and they're the ones getting slaughtered in their sanctuaries set on fire.
Yeah, pretty much. And this part I can't solve at the moment, because I'm like, wait a second, I needed that cube, but that cube went away. So I think I was gonna say, I technically did this out of order, but I didn't, so. And it's burnt. So we overloaded it, so it can't come down. But yeah, I was gonna say, from what we said, I think we said Bethesda's E3 was kind of disappointing, you said? It had Wolfenstein. That was neat.
That's about it. Everything else was, VR, paid mod, and
oh yeah, paid mods.
Game expansions.
Wait, there's game expansions?
And, I think they may have talked about their card game, because they have something that's like the Elder Scrolls Legends.
Okay.
And then I think they mentioned.
See, when you said expansions, I thought you meant more DLC for Fallout 4. I was like, okay.
I don't know. Maybe they talked because I didn't see all of it, but I think the gist of it was Skyrim being released again for like the
4th time.
what is it, like 3rd or 4th time.
Yeah.
Which is getting tiresome because the game came out like almost 6 years ago, and we're still talking about it when we could have had, I don't know, an Elder Scrolls 6 or
right. I mean,
I don't know, a decent Fallout game.
See, I think that the second release was super unnecessary. This one,
It was. Everyone was. They were like, "Oh, we got a big project plan." Everyone's like, "Oh, is it Oblivion remastered?" It's like, "Yeah, no, better. It's Skyrim remastered." And everyone was just like, "Oh,
why?
You mean
why?
a ton of ENBs and
Right.
mods that we could just get on the vanilla anyway?"
Right.
Years.
Exactly. And that's why. Yeah. I mean, this one I'm more okay with, just due to the fact they are at least adding, motion control.
I would be completely fine if there were no other versions of Skyrim and they just suddenly came out and said we're putting it to the Switch. That would have been all right.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you're doing it for almost 6 years and you're still milking one of the most overrated RPGs, Western RPGs ever.
Right, and that, I agree.
Doesn't mean it's bad, but oh my gosh, all anyone ever wants to talk about when it comes to Elder Scrolls is Skyrim.
Right.
Oblivion or Morrowind or
especially the third one. I'm not gonna lie, Oblivion I think isn't that great either. Morrowind, yeah.
Wait, Oblivion or Morrowind? Do you mean?
I mean
Morrowind?
No, Morrowind I like more actually. That's the third one, right?
Yeah, Morrowind's the one with like the dice roll. Like you can hit someone, but it's not guaranteed that it's gonna do damage if your skill's low.
Yeah, which I like but dislike about that. I don't know. It just feels like it was more so made with, like, to be realistic, which I appreciate.
It's more of a classic. It's more of a classic RPG like Might and Magic and Dungeons and Dragons. It's supposed to emulate that as opposed to, I guess, Skyrim and Oblivion where you just went around and hit stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of dialogue in Morrowind, and there was no map or quest markers, so you had to pay attention to what someone said. So someone could tell you, oh, there's buried treasure on that island down to the left, northeast, past that village. And you could go there, and it wouldn't be there. Why? Because they lied, or, I don't know, you had to pay attention to directions when someone told you where to go.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah. I guess it was more immersive. I mean, Oblivion wasn't bad, but Morrowind, plus all the glitches for Morrowind, made it hilarious.
There were glitches. What glitches in Morrowind?
There was a game-breaking glitch. There was a lot of glitches for Morrowind, actually.
Like which? Because I don't know if I've come across any so far.
Morrowind glitches. Plus, I mean,
we need to get back to Oblivion because actually, I really like Oblivion.
Let's see.
I never finished it.
Yeah, that's what most people. They're so open and expansive, and there's so much to do that you either get preoccupied.
Okay, I need to pause this YouTube video. It's getting kind of distracting. But anyway, what happened was,
Did you get bored?
I went out and I became a vampire.
Oh yeah.
And
that doesn't fit into the good guy story it wants to tell. You need to do what the story wants you to do.
But basically, what happened was, sorry. God
bless you.
God bless you. Yeah.
What happened was that basically I went down to the sewers. While I was in the sewers, I hit blood-starved, and it was under Cyrodiil, or the Imperial City. So I couldn't get blood because every time I'd go outside, all the guards would attack me.
Oh, that's a shame.
And it just basically meant I couldn't play that character anymore.
Man, that is actually a shame, but the way you said it there, John, made me think of Deus Ex. What a shame. Sorry.
What a shame. I never asked for this.
Oh, no, now you're going to the prequel games, which also has bad voice acting. Oh, man.
And orange soda.
I can't wait till we get to the Deus Ex series, which we're doing after this one. We're doing the fall.
To get to the Vampire series. That one, I think Otto really like.
I think he will. After we can take a break.
It's urban and it's moody and I love it.
I was gonna say, after the first two Deus Ex games, why don't we do that? I only say the first two because the fall takes 4 hours. So That's
Yeah, I'm
what-
thinking I might get the. I've never played the Vampire the Masquerade Redemption before, but I'll get it Steam, see how it is. That's more of a, excuse me, hack and slash, but with some other elements in it. It's not like the masterpiece that was Bloodlines.
yeah.
Bloodlines is just,
I might pick it up once it goes on sale.
yeah. Again, it has some like little elements in it.
Right. I was gonna say I know we talked about it before, so I mean,
There's no nudity, but it's
enough. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, I just want this Humble Bundle to be over. I just don't give a crap about the Weeaboo Bundle. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it's all visual novels
Yeah.
from Sekai or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I prefer the Weeaboo Bundle over the Best of Boom Studio Bundle.
The only actually, well, I guess the only visual novel I know of that is at least family friendly is Clannad. Not the sequel to it, Tomoya After. That one is explicit, but
I thought one of the sequels
Clannad
was,
itself.
but one of the sequels was explicit, as you said.
well, Clannad, the first one, Clannad and Clan After Story, I think they all work together, is perfectly clean, and so is the anime for it. But the sequel, Tomoya After whatever, isn't.
Yeah, because I was going to say that one technically isn't canon because that follows one of the other characters that you could have gone together with, right?
Yeah, and I think they live with each other and just stuff.
Premarital stuff. Yeah. So yeah, at this point I can't remember what it is, so I eventually just start guessing. And I mean, it's not too hard to guess. Basically, I think beep beep means that it's correct. It's either beep or beep beep means it's correct. I'm trying to remember which one it is now. Must be beep.
Yeah, 3 beeps.
And now I'm just sitting there, doing nothing, acting all cool, getting one little fight in my neighborhood. There we go.
So you've come, like moths to the flame.
Man, that is such a cliche line.
Yeah.
Oh, my John.
Say
Little.
anything original?
Hey, there we go. Alright, I forgot that he actually commented on
Line
it.
is seriously cliche.
Okay, apparently I remembered this game a little bit better than I thought.
Things haven't changed, but your impudence ends here. Prepare to die.
No, thank you. To be fair, he does have a really cool boss music. If you guys can hear it.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say my John's crying. He's been fighting his sleep something fierce lately. So it's like he has not been wanting to go down. Mom's upstairs with him at the moment though. We had a nice Mother's Day though. We went to Village Inn, so
You mean Father's Day?
darn it! I'm a mother!
It's your holiday, you gotta remember.
But yeah, you're right. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Okay, anyways. I was gonna make a joke and it was gonna be a JoJo joke and I was like, it's not very funny. So anyways.
Yeah, it's gotta be at the right moment, otherwise it's
Yeah.
falling deaf ears.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, moving past. Yeah, we went to Village Inn, so that was nice. Oh, I can talk about this too. We went to the Basilica for Mass. I've only been there for daily Mass before, but it's like, for this, it's how Mass should be after Vatican II. It's like, they have some Latin for the music, obviously. Then they had incense, and especially since it was I want to go back, but today was also Corpus Christi, so I'm not sure how much of that plays into it as well, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, I've been there, as I said, for daily Mass, and it's something that was fairly close to it. So. Also, I'm sorry, I just knocked my microphone down, so that's probably why you hear a little bit of static at the moment. But no, then it's like, they had an organ, which that made me happy. Not nearly enough places have organs anymore.
Oh, man, you're making me study here too.
But yeah, it also went an extra half hour, which I think 1 hour for Mass is a little too short.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Impossible. How could I lose?
Because you're not the main character.
think that it's really evolving. My X-Sphere?
Nanotechnology.
What's this
Sorry.
shaking?
The way he was talking made me think of that one quote from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Let's take the Rheiards
Nanomachines.
Nanomachines. There's
You
also
seen the super edit of Metal Gear Solid 4, where it's every time they say nanomachines and it's like 2 to 3 minutes long?
I haven't yet actually. I may need to. I was also thinking of the anime Black Cat, where there's a scene where they bring up nanotechnology and then they say it back to each other like 4 or 5 times. Nanotechnology, nanotechnology, nanotechnology.
Yeah, where it just ruins the word. It makes it sound weird whenever you say it.
Exactly. I'm gonna see if I can find that clip for
Let them go.
eventually.
A little friend can tell us where they are at any time.
What little friend? By the way, we finally got our flying ships back, so that's a good thing. Nanotechnology, Black Cat. Oh, that might be it. Anyways. Excuse me. So now we can pretty much go almost wherever we want. We still can't travel back to Silverant, but for the most part, we're pretty much able to go anywhere. So I think I'm trying to. I think I'm trying to find where we're supposed to go next.
It's just so awkward the way that how they fly.
Yeah. And I think I'm trying to go in here, but there's nothing for us to do yet.
I'm not allowed to go into the Temple of Ice yet. Till,
No, remember
reach a plot point.
No, that plot point comes. But basically, you're right. That is a plot point, just not yet. It's just we gotta go rescue Colette first. And oh, that's right. I remember what I'm doing. So apparently, I decided to put Colette on hold so I could go start the Devil's Arms side quest.
I mean, that's what we do in every RPG. Like in Fallout 4, it's I need to go. That's what was one of the biggest problems with it was. Alright, so you escape the vault, my wife is dead, and they've kidnapped my presumably newborn son. I gotta go find him. But first, let me go help these guys out and build a settlement and a garden and build some houses. And what was I doing again? Oh, right, my infant son. Let me go look for him. There's no urgency.
Man, you just gave a spoiler. Technically, I'm not gonna point out which part.
No, there wasn't much of a spoiler. You can assume it. I didn't say anything specific
Yeah, that's fair.
that
That's
spoiled
fair.
anything.
To be fair, it's not a well-kept spoiler, anyways, and it's been a year.
I don't know. It was whatever it was
Yeah,
spoiled.
nobody gives a shit about it anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Fallout 4 is not great.
It's not like you're missing out on anything from having it spoiled to begin with. It's so
Yeah.
predictable.
Whereas
Skyrim.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, whereas with Harry Potter, Book 6, that is a fairly big spoiler.
But everybody knows
Dumbledore
now.
dies?
I mean,
But everybody knows.
not everybody, but a majority. of
Everybody
people.
knows. Are you serious? Everyone has either seen the movie or
And
read
it's
the
Harry
book,
Potter. Who gives a shit?
That's true.
and it's been out for years. If you don't,
Right, but I meant like kids in 2nd grade may not know.
Well,
It's
I-
hopefully if there
it's
are
one of
any
these things
Harry
you gotta learn
Potter
about
fans
when you grow up.
watching this, that this will encourage them to get away from me.
My wife's a Harry Potter fan.
I'm sorry
have
for
some-
you.
Yeah.
do you have some grievances to air?
Who, me or Aunt?
Oh, you sound like you got some grievances against the Potter fandom. You got to air.
I
Witchcraft.
don't like the Potter fandom. That's an easy,
I
simple
can't-
enough way to put it.
I can't really blame him. The Potter fandom does get really overly excessive. And then J.K. Rowling herself has gotten crazy lately.
yeah,
This
I, mean,
book,
I don't know. It's
This-
like any celebrity that
yeah.
has
This,
an opinion on anything.
I've made this fan fiction canon, even though it makes it so my books don't make sense. Not that they made much sense in the first place.
Back
Sorry,
to,
I still don't
whatever
like
it's called.
that.
When we mentioned urgency, Skyrim is another example of.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's literally the end of the world. It is like it's not even like maybe it is. No, this is the literal end of the world. Dragons are going to eat time and space, but I still have time to go pick a bunch of daisies in a field to make a potion for this one girl who's, I don't know, something or other, or I need to go, I don't know, any other number of other odd things you can do while the entire world is ending around you, and just every now and again you kill a stray dragon.
That's why I think I really like how Majora's Mask did it. You're on a set timeline, and if you don't happen to reset the world, you know you messed up bad.
Fallout 1 did something similar where when
Yeah.
you first leave the vault, it says, okay, you have, I think, 300 days. to get a water chip. If you don't, it's game over. And then when you get the water chip, it's all right, great, congratulations. You have 15 in-game years, and then the game will end.
Yeah.
So, and it takes days to get to different locations. So months will fly by like crazy.
Yeah. I actually really appreciate that, as long as the timeline, as long as like the restriction isn't that big.
It doesn't make you too nervous, because timers are good, but they make me really nervous. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get stuff done as soon as possible. I hate time limits.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't mean to bring up Persona 5 again, but how were you with the time limit for Persona 5? Just because we are bringing up time limits.
It wasn't too bad. It never got too down to the wire.
Yeah.
I guess because I was prepared. Same with in 3. There's the fight on the train in 3 has a time limit.
Oh yeah, it does. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Though in 2, there was one where I had to. Actually, that one wasn't bad either, because it gave me enough time. I figured out what I needed to do. Usually they give you just enough time. It never gets too close to the wire. It just adds that tense atmosphere.
So say Final Fantasy V doesn't have a timer like throughout the whole game, but there are specific sections, like with I guess kind of like more so similar to Metroid's. You know, you set a bomb, get out of there type of situations. So
Yeah, I hate time limits.
yeah. By the way, that's where we're supposed to go. So we were technically supposed to come here. So, I mean, that's good. I think more plot's going to happen next episode, guys. I'm sorry. I thought this was the plot episode. I mean, we get to see Pac-Man in a second. Pac-Man's cool, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look. There's Pac-Man. Out of snow. There's Pac-Man. And there's Wonder Chef.
And I forget what the other someone here.
You forget what?
Oh, Bigfoot.
Yeah. There's some other games that have time limits too, but I can't remember what they are at the moment. Like, there's a fair amount of games that do. I'm not sure if you muted yourself, by the way, but you're muted again.
Oh yeah, no, I do that if there's any
Okay.
background noise.
No, that's fine. I just wasn't sure because you said it was muted to your mapped to your C button, right?
No, I have it to a button on my numpad now, so
Okay.
it isn't. Yeah, because every time I press M, it would auto mute.
Yeah. Also, I think that's supposed to be based off Wolverine, but maybe they were just saying thanks, bub. Whenever I hear bub, I unfortunately think Wolverine. It's kind of ruined it for me now.
Yeah, it doesn't sound tough anymore.
Yeah. And yeah, basically we're doing stuff for later because we need the penguiness gloves, but we just don't need them at the moment. No, I don't want to talk to you about the penguiness gloves again. Stop it.
Penguinus? What are they like? The polar opposite to the cats?
They're pretty much exactly like cats, actually, but
They just walk around in penguin suits?
yeah. It's a lot harder to tell though because the face holes are a lot smaller, but they are in fact humans wearing penguin outfits. So yeah. I did not catch it the first time because that's how small the face holes are. But
Oh, so you just thought they were penguins?
yeah. Like I didn't catch it until this playthrough, honestly, so. Oh, it feels good. Sorry, scratching my back. Oh, we can talk about the next episode. I was gonna say, I saw the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which I know we talked about that a little bit, but...
I mean, when it's the 5th movie in the franchise, it's probably don't have... I think it's 5th, 4th, 5th, maybe 6th. I don't know. You don't have high expectations for it.
It depends. I was gonna say, most of the time you'd be right. Some movies can stay fresh, and then there's that weird movie where technically the 5th movie is the 2nd movie. I'm thinking Star Wars, by the way.
Oh, yeah, with Rogue One. I mean, at the very least, I don't know.
No, I meant actually episode 5, but it was technically episode 2. So, I mean that one's kind of nitpicking on technicalities.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the 5th film.
Yeah.
If you would, the actual fifth film would be episode 2, which was mediocre, but 1 was, in order, I'd say episode 3 is good, then 2 is not as good, but it's alright, and then 1 is not terrible, but isn't good.
Yeah, the thing is, I still think I'd rate them above episode 7.
I've never seen 7, so I can't comment. But I
You-
guess we'll find out next time.
You've technically seen 7, though. Have you seen? You've seen episode 4, right?
Yeah, I've seen. Yes, I know the joke.
It's not a joke. It's real. But yeah. Oh.